Hello, everyone. How are you? Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Hi guys, how are you?
Well, we have Simply Jan Homestead is the winner. She was the number
Oh,
one person in here this week, with White Rock Homestead in second, and a new person, Sugarloaf Homestead, was the third
whoa,
one here.
Sugarloaf Homestead. Thanks for
Welcome.
joining us tonight.
Yeah. Who else do we have here tonight, honey?
We have Pam B.
Hey, Pamby.
We
Always
have
followed up very shortly by Joe Cool.
yes, Joe Cool. I can't because it went up, so I'm
Oh,
trying to.
yeah. And that's it. That's who we got in the comments so far, but we will reach out to you guys as you lay a comment out there. White Rock Homestead. Well, welcome home, White Rock Homestead.
Yes.
I saw the text that you sent us. Jason. That's a pretty nice little toy you got there. I might have to borrow Blue again now that he's got that.
Really.
Oh boy.
Oh, and we have Tommy Branscombe.
Hey, Tommy's
how's
here.
It
How
going?
you doing, Tommy? Tommy came out to visit the farm this week.
Mm-hmm. He did.
So don't tell anybody, Tommy, what you really thought, because we're only 8 months into it. There's not much to see.
No, but Tommy is someone that we met at the farmers markets.
Yes, yeah.
So he's a really good resource.
Yeah, he's a good resource. He's turning out to be a very, very good friend, and we value his
opinion.
Yeah, his opinion.
Absolutely.
So we had him come over to give us a little eval on how we're doing with our homestead. Ouachita Pharmacy is in the house. How you guys doing?
Oh, you missed your sister.
My
Nicole.
sister is here. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. Love you, honey.
Hi, how are you? Love you. Are you at home? Is Gordon with you? Is everybody else with you, or are you listening at work? Tommy says the farm looks awesome. All right. Well, the check's in the mail, Tommy. Thanks. Oh boy. What a week. Did you see our thumbnail, guys?
No, I'm not working, Nicole.
No. She's at home. Oh, even better. Good.
Awesome.
Did you guys see our thumbnail? Ooh, we're building stuff here on the homestead. It took us 8 months, but we are building stuff.
We finally have a permanent structure going up.
That's right. And we've got beams in the ground. And from our last video, I did all the floor joists and rim joists. Those are in. Those are level, guys. They are completely dead on level. I am absolutely positive of that. We started to lay in the floorboards for the subfloor. And I'm not going to spill the beans, but when you see the thumbnail tomorrow, it clearly asks if it is square. And you'll have to watch the video to find out if it is truly square or if it kind of does a little bit of this. But if you watch the video, you'll see how it went, and I thought it went very well. We had some help. Our friend Rich came over. He helped out for a couple hours. Awesome guy. Couldn't have got it done without him. He had a few tricks of the trade that he helped me out with, so always willing to take a hand when a hand is offered.
So Cindy came in and said, hello there, happy Monday.
Hey, happy Cindy, happy Monday to you as well.
And White Rock says, woohoo, that we got stuff going on.
That's right. And Ouachita Family, sorry guys, Ouachita Pharmacy said, new structure looks great. I thought you kicked butt. Thank you. The floor joist and rim joist part of the build, that did go fantastic. And the rest of it is going fantastic too. But it's a stick structure.
Yeah.
Anybody who's done any kind of construction and has buried posts in the ground and then built a structure on those posts.
Is that Tara or is that Jason that's saying, spill the beans, spill the beans?
Yeah, well, I can't spill the beans. I can't, because then nobody will go watch the video. You got to go watch the video. The beans are in the video.
Hi, Scott and Susan Spencer.
Hey,
thanks for joining us,
Scott
guys.
and Susan. Hey.
And building with Keith.
And
so
building
Keith
with Keith
and
is
Mickey
here.
might be here. I'm not sure, but
awesome.
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and Scott and Susan, remember, you guys are part of the super secret club. So no spilling the beans on your part either. All righty. Super secret. Pinky
Tara,
swear.
Jason's still working.
Pinky swear.
Okay.
Jason's still working. It's
Yeah.
Tara. Oh, of course he's still working. Hey, Tara, can I spill the beans on what you guys have going on at your homestead?
No.
Did she say no?
No, but I'm saying no.
No. See, you're asking
Yeah.
me to spill the beans, but you're not spilling the beans. Nope, you guys will just have to go watch tomorrow's video. It comes out I set it to come out at 2:00.
Yeah.
So it'll be there then when you guys get out of work, or if you're at home, 2:00 is the time. But again, if you've ever put beams in the ground and built a structure on those beams, you know what I'm dealing with. It's not, there was no foundation. There was no ready, set thing to put everything on.
It's looking good.
It looks good. I think it looks fantastic. We are getting really close to buttoning up the subfloor. The video you guys will see tomorrow is just the beginning half of that. There's 3 parts to the subfloor. So the beginning part, we put 3/4 of it together today, just me and Missy. But I ran out of timber, guys. I got to go get on the mill tomorrow and cut up a bunch of 1x, and we can finish off the subfloor. And once we do that, we will. Patricia Sargent is here.
Hi, Patty. How are you?
Homestead, how are you liking your new sawmill? Oh, White Rock, how do you like? Yeah, White Rock Homestead, how do you like your new sawmill? I mean, you guys put it together and then left the next day.
I know.
So
has Jason got to do anything else on it?
Yeah, did you put that other log on it yet? Or
we haven't.
We haven't.
We haven't.
There's no T.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah, stay on your own side.
Oh, excuse me. No, I didn't think they did.
Yeah,
because
Tara says we haven't had any time to play with it yet.
No.
We just got back last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nope, not yet.
No, I didn't think so, because you guys left the day after we put it together. Well, the day after you guys put it together. I was just there as a helper. So, but there's time now. And, I mean, Jason, I'm telling you, man. He goes from one toy to the next. He doesn't even play with it anymore. He just sets it up and moves on to the next one. Guy's got it going on.
Sometimes you get bored with what you have.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
Know.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
All right. So, Patty, we are doing good.
Yeah, things are doing good.
Yeah.
Things are doing good for us. For Hillary and Monica,
yes. Oh.
Things are not going so well, guys. So Hillary was due last Monday. So nothing. So we put her back in with Bill. Now, Bill, on the other hand, he's an eager bunny. He is in there. He's doing his thing, man. He is trying.
He wants to get the job done.
Yeah, he is on. He's on the job, man. But we put Hillary back in there, and nada.
Nope.
She would not acquiesce. So we put Monica in there and got the same results. So I don't know if the does are too old. They're not too fat. We've leaned them up. They're not too fat. The temperatures are dropping down into the 40s and low 50s at night, and really in the high 60s, 70s.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
for
we
the
had
most
a couple
part.
of 80 days,
But it's tremendously cooled
Yeah.
off. It should be cool enough for them to start breeding. And if we were getting fall offs by Bill and they weren't taking, then I would be more inclined to wonder if Bill had a problem going on. But the two girls are not even.
They're not even lifting.
No, they're not playing the game.
Yeah,
they're not playing the game at all. So
hi T McD, thanks for joining us.
Hey T McD. So we are going to have to get a couple of more does because we only have a certain amount of time in our season for bleeding rabbits. For breeding rabbits. And we've already lost a month and a week of prospective breeding time.
I mean, we do know someone who has does.
We do know someone who has does, and we can go get does from them. Shout out to Three Little Goats, Jamie and Jesse. They have told us they have does available, so we will hook up with them and pick up a couple of does and bring them home. But this is shot number 3 for Monica and nothing. And shot number 2 with a failure. So technically, it's shot number 3 for Hillary as well.
So, see, Jan says she couldn't keep her rabbits from breeding. I wish we had that problem.
And Sugarloaf says, I would try a new buck. I had a few New Zealand does that have went 34 days. Well, I'm even past 34 days now.
Yeah, we are.
And I was concerned that maybe the buck was sterile. I was concerned he was sterile and not actually successfully breeding, even though when we put Monica in the first time a month ago, we did successfully get 3 fall-offs in the morning.
Yeah.
And 2 more fall-offs, good ones, in the evening. So that tells me he was doing his job. Whether he was sterile or not, I don't know. But at the end,
Jamie also said that we could, bring the buck doe over there and see if they get pregnant by her buck.
We
try it that way.
We could try it that way, but they're not responding to him now. So it doesn't matter whether he's sterile or not. They're not responding. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more light. How's that?
Okay.
That's better. It's getting dark behind us. So the does are not responding anyway.
Yeah.
So with the does not responding, well, it really doesn't matter what's going on with buck. So, I mean, we need new does. If the does won't breed, the does won't breed. So there's a very good possibility that, because they told us those rabbits were 2 years old.
Yeah.
That they are closer to 3 years old and may be getting close to the end of their breeding cycles. Yeah. And that's why they're not wanting to breed. So how long did you leave them together? Oh, Jan, when we left Hillary in there, we left her in there for half hour in the morning, and we got 3 successful fall-offs. And probably 20 minutes in the evening and got 2. But when we did Monica, the following week, she was in there for a half hour. Actually, we left her in there and walked away. So it was probably more like 45 minutes. And the rabbit cages are right out behind us out this window. Missy came in to do some stuff in here. And because they're in cages up off the ground, when Bill starts to do his thing, you can hear it. So we had the window open and she was watching from inside. So she was in there for like 45 minutes and zero.
Hi, Jamie from Three Little Goats Homestead. How you doing today?
Jamie, and Charlene Grady is here too. Hey, Charlene. So the girls are not participating. And they've had several chances. Like, I have not seen Bill have a successful fall off of Monica.
No, not at all.
In 3 tries.
And when we left him in there with Hillary, after he did his thing, they just kind of snuggled together.
Yeah, he tried this time around when we tried to rebreed her.
She wanted nothing to do.
She wanted nothing to do. He tried and tried and tried. She would not. And then they just laid down and sat next to each other. And that was pretty much the end of it.
My buck fell asleep last week in the middle of
in the middle of doing his thing. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, he would lay down next to her and he would
Bill's got more energy than that.
He would get up and try and get behind her, but she wouldn't move. So he would just he couldn't get in there. I mean, he's going from the back, he's going from the front, he's going from the side. The guy is trying to get the job done. And
they're not having it.
So I think we're going to be in the market for a couple of new does very, 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 very quickly. I might need a couple of does and a gallon of milk. Hint, hint to somebody who might know what I'm talking about. If they're still available. And Hillary and Monica will have to retire. I mean, they were going to have to retire anyway.
Yeah,
so
we're talking freezer camp.
Yeah. I have a doe if you want one. Well, there's one. There's one down. I mean,
it's worth checking out and seeing if Bill can, if there's something wrong with him or not. Try another doe before we decide.
I'm another buck. What, hang on to Hillary and Monica, bring them to another buck? See if they produce while we have another doe here producing.
We could
try that too, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to figure something out by the end of the week, guys, because I'm not going to feed livestock that is not doing what we need livestock to do. Livestock is here for a reason, and that reason is not to lounge around.
To check Jubilee bits.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fine. We'll talk later.
Absolutely.
We were talking to Three Little Goats. She's the one who might have some does, as you guys can read there. But we can talk about this later on as well. So,
Homestead.
Yeah.
Heard freezer camp is kind of cool this time of year.
Yeah, freezer camp is kind of cool this time of year. Yeah, so livestock is here for a reason. I don't want pet bunnies. I don't need pet bunnies. I don't want to feed pet bunnies. I want bunnies that breed and produce rabbit meat for us for the homestead.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I have rabbits. It's the only reason I want rabbits. And now Missy has fallen in love with the rabbits.
No, not really.
It's gonna be a sad day.
It'll be hard.
It'll be a sad day.
But
it won't be like chickens.
No, it'll be a little harder than the meat birds, definitely. But when we have to cull one of our hens, it's gonna feel the same.
Yeah. When the hens come around, it'll be difficult then. But that's a perfect transition.
Yeah.
To the meat birds, guys. Oh my goodness, the meat birds.
I know. Pam B is asking, what about deer season?
Deer season. Well, we can leave the meat birds alone, and I will lean in here for you, Pam B. I think I'm gonna go sit in a tree on Wednesday. So I have to get on the sawmill tomorrow and mill up a bunch of wood. But I think Wednesday morning is going to be a good morning for me. There's a cold front coming in Wednesday. It's going to be cooler. Should make them a little bit more active. And I think I'm going to go sit in a tree on Wednesday morning, as long as it's not downpouring. Like, I'll go sit in a tree if it's drizzling and if it's a slight rain. If it's downpouring, I won't. It's miserable to go sit in a tree in the wind and the cold and the rain. But other than that, I'm planning on going Wednesday morning. So
I think we heard afternoon rain though. Building with Keith says gonna be rainy.
Yeah. Well, we heard rain Wednesday too, but I checked the hourly, and I think if I can get in the woods by 4:35, get quiet, sun comes up around 7-ish, I can probably hunt till 9, 10-ish, maybe 11. If it holds off till 11 before the rain comes in, I'll be very happy with that. It's the first hunt.
That's what we heard too, Keith. Thursday on.
Yeah, that's kind of what we heard as well. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it is what it is. You know, if I don't get in the woods, I don't get in the woods. There is plenty of season left. I can bow hunt. I think I can bow hunt all the way into February. So we are in muzzleloader season here. Have not sighted in my muzzleloaders yet. I'm not necessarily too worried about that. I don't have to reach out far. I've got 30, maybe 35-yard shot from where I'm at with the crossbow. Probably wouldn't take a shot much more than that anyway. And I have another hunting opportunity that has presented itself, but that will not come available until
the beginning of December.
The beginning of December. Super secret going on there as well, but I have some other private land that I've been told that I may hunt. So in the beginning of December, I think Modern Rifle will come around. I may go stick my ground blind up and go poke around out there and see what I can dig up. But I'll be back here at the homestead every day anyway, so I can always...
All right, Jan says she's going hunting for the first time this year.
Oh, really? Well, good for you, Jan.
Yep, and Sugarloaf Homestead wants to know, do y'all have plenty of room in the freezer for them big hogs?
Oh, with them big hogs? Yes. Yes, so the freezer that has the pork in it, it's only gone down about 3-4 inches, guys. We've been eating bacon, we've been eating pork chops and stuff, but that thing it's sausage, lots of sausage. But that thing was
We did try some steaks.
Yeah, we tried some ham steaks, some sirloin steaks.
We did eat a rack of ribs.
We did a rack of ribs. The ribs, there's not a lot of meat.
Baby backs.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of meat on them, but we have them. That's fine. We've got 4 baby backs from the store still in that freezer. Know. So no, there is not a lot of room in the pork freezer right now, but the chicken freezer is going down. We're eating quite a bit of chicken because we got 35 birds out there. And the stand-up freezer that we have, which was chock full of tomatoes and vegetables and stuff from the garden.
It's getting emptied out.
It's 2/3 of the way emptied out.
I'm working on that.
Missy's processing tomatoes and all that stuff. So we have another freezer that's coming empty for more chicken if we need it. I don't think we will. And then if I get a deer or 2 or 3, I'll be happy with 1. First season here in Arkansas, I'll be happy with 1 deer. I'll have plenty of room in the freezer for it.
Yeah, so Sugarloaf Homestead says, I'm going to post my first video in November while I'm there hunting. Awesome.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I might record my first hunt here. I have done hunting videos when I was back in New England. I used to hunt quite a bit and was relatively successful.
Yeah.
I was a casual hunter when I was younger, but I gave it up for 20, 30 years. I just didn't have the gumption to hunt. And over the last 2, 3 years, I have been hunting more to improve my woodsman skills, kind of get in tune with the forest again and what's going on out there, and to prepare to come down here because as homesteaders, if I can harvest red meat for the cost of a license and a crossbow bolt and a broadhead or a shotgun shell, well, that's a lot cheaper than even Walmart. So, and it's a lot better meat.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better for you. So I'm going to do it. That's the way to do it,
Yeah, we know that we can always can the deer meat, Sugarloaf. We're going to do a lot more of our chicken can too.
Yeah.
So that's a process that we're well aware of, and we can work on that.
Yeah.
So that'll free up some freezer space.
Well, and the thing of it is I reached out to the butcher shop that did our pigs. So I talked to them. They said, yep, they've got the room. If I get a deer during the week when they're open, I can field dress it, throw it in my truck. They're about 45 minutes from me, and run that whole deer right down to them. Boom, and they will put it in their cooler. They will age it. They will process it for me for a relatively good price. I was not upset with the price at all.
No, it's not that bad.
Excuse me, guys.
So,
but if
Addie said she did receive her garden planner. Thank you.
Oh,
you
good.
are so welcome. Thank you for following our journey and being here at our live.
Thank you.
We appreciate.
The other thing is I don't have a cool room. I don't even have a big enough refrigerator to parts it out and put it in to age it. So I would have to age it on ice in a cooler, which there's nothing wrong with that method. Nothing wrong with that method at all. But you have to constantly buy ice, keep the ice going. And I don't have a grinder. I just don't have the setup right now to process a large animal. It's the same reason we didn't process the pigs ourselves. We just don't have the setup for it right now.
No, because if we had some kind of setup, we would definitely try it ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
We've seen plenty of butchering, so.
Oh yeah, and
I think we'd be able
I butchered a deer. I would have no problem with that.
The pig and stuff.
Yeah, and it's not much different. So
hey, Kelly Lincoln. She says, "Hey, my friends."
Hey, Kelly.
Oh.
Simply Jan. Oh, she's talking to everybody else.
I
we
missed
live
one,
near Lake Stockton.
I don't know. This is Sugarloaf. I don't know how far y'all are from Missouri, but you're more than welcome to come hunt on our land.
Oh, well, that is so nice. We are not far from Missouri at all.
No.
I can, if I go straight north, I'm in Thayer in 40 minutes. I'm in West Plains in an hour. If that gives you
it depends on how.
Yeah, it depends on where in Missouri you are, but if you know either one of those towns, that'll give you an idea of where we are from Missouri.
Yeah, because Jan's saying that she's near Lake Stockton.
She's near Lake Stockton. Yes. Yeah. Yes, she is. So yeah, so that's where we're at with the deer hunting. I'm going to go. I'm going to give it a try. If I get one, I'll field dress it, and I'll run it up to the butcher. Now, as we get into December and February, and
he says, laughing out loud, then I'm right next to West Plains.
Well, we're practically neighbors then.
We're about 6 minutes to Missouri. That's White Rock. Yeah, they are closer.
Yeah, they are much closer. Well, maybe we'll get together sometime, Sugarloaf. That sounds.
Homestead Carver, welcome and thank you for coming
Hey,
tonight.
how are you?
Says hello. Oh, I'm
I'm
always late.
Nah,
so
you're not late. You're right on
yeah.
time. So that's it with deer hunting. I'm gonna go deer hunting. I don't have the facilities to take care of it myself here right now, so I will send it to the butcher. But come December and January, if it's cold enough out, I'll hang it up outside. I'll age it myself. I mean, as long as it stays below 45 degrees during the day,
Yeah.
you can hang a deer outside. It'll be fine, especially if it's dropping down to freezing at night. It will be perfectly fine. So,
hey, Joy G, how are you?
Hey, Georgie. You're not late either. Chickens. Chickens are doing well. Chickens went out onto the pasture.
The meat birds.
The meat birds. Yes, they're on the pasture.
With one little hen.
Yeah, I don't know why the hatchery does that. They give you one free chick. And the last 2 times I ordered meat birds, they've sent me a laying bird with it.
All right.
Why would you do that? It's so difficult to reintegrate a juvenile bird into another flock. And that I just did it. I just did it with Alberta. They did it with our last batch. They sent us a Polish hen. Which it could be a Polish rooster. I don't know. We'll find out.
It looks like a hen.
Yeah. Well,
she's getting bigger. She looks like a hen. She doesn't look like a rooster.
Anyway, we'll see. If it's a rooster, Cayenne will put him right in his place. So they did it again. They sent us a laying bird. So now I got to integrate another laying bird into my existing flock. Kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, that's a big comment, White Rock. Well, she's talking to Jan. Oh, perfect. I don't have to read the whole thing.
Well, you were talking, so I was reading.
So they're out on grass. They've been out on grass for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5 days.
Almost a week. So they're what? They're
3 weeks away.
5. Yeah, because they're 5. They'll be 5.
They're 5 weeks. So they're 3 weeks away from going to freezer camp. So, and then that's it, guys. We're done. We're done with meat birds until next spring. We have plenty of meat birds in the freezer. We've got everything that we're going to need to take us all the way probably into summer. So, and we have a friend who wants to buy some of the birds that we are raising right now. So we told them that we would do that for them. That's not a problem.
So Jan says she used to get layers all the time for an extra bird. Hoover didn't send any extras.
Oh. Well, I mean, the bird is a bird, I guess. I mean, you're getting an extra bird.
Yeah.
I guess free, you shouldn't complain. It just doesn't make any sense.
They just grow a lot smaller.
Well, they grow slower, and you got to integrate them in. Like, if I'm buying 35 meat birds and you're going to send me an extra bird, send me an extra meat bird. Right? Come on, guys, right? Send me an extra meat bird. That's like if I ordered 35 laying birds and they sent me a meat bird as an extra.
Yeah. All right, Charlene Greedy. Thanks for popping in. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks, Charlene. Take it easy up there on the Cape. So that's where we're at with all that, guys. Big days here on the homestead. So I don't even know if I'm going to be going to the markets anymore this season. There's only a few more of them left.
There's only a few more.
Most likely Missy is going to be doing the rest of the markets. Then there's some craft shows and some other things she might be doing. But I am 100% homestead bound now.
Yeah.
I'm in building mode. I'm going to get on the mill tomorrow. I'm going to fire up the rest of the lumber I need for this subfloor and crank out some roof rafters. I already have all the slats for the roof rafters. I got to go get the metal. And then that will be a lean-to structure that is exposed for the time being. We'll seal the floor up. We've already got a sealer. And I will switch immediately to milling for the house. And then what I'll do is, as I'm milling for the house, I will burn off one buys to do a board and batten on the shed. And that will kind of go as we go, because we don't need that lean-to shed until February to be enclosed. But I wanted to build that first so that I could get a good idea of what's going on with my mill and the timber that I am taking off, the lumber that I'm taking off the mill. So I'm milling up a bunch of stuff for chicken coops and hoop coops and greenhouse tables and this, that, and the other thing. And they really don't matter too much. I mean, the chickens don't care if a 2x4 is not square.
Hi, Lori Larkin. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, Lori.
How are you? So, Three Little Goats said, "What? You don't want to hang out with me?
Why?
When you're not going to go to the markets anymore?"
I do want to hang out with you, Jess. That's not the issue at all. You have a house. I do not have a house.
And then Jan
That's
says,
the only issue.
"Eric, I can't wait to see my new tiny house."
Yes, I can't wait to see it too. So this build was a test build, for lack of anything else. If things came out wonky, it's an outbuilding. It will be fine. I can even correct a lot of wonkiness. If you've ever done carpentry, there's a way around everything.
And Scott Spencer says, "Yes, Eric, do you have enough lumber to mill for the entire house as well?"
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. We haven't even got through our first.
I haven't even gone through a third of my first pile. It's the smallest pile of 4 piles.
Yeah, we'll have.
I've got more than enough timber.
We probably won't even get all the way to the wood that's way down here.
The wood. There's a small pile in the back all the way to the end here, and wink, wink. There's a buddy of mine who's got a new sawmill, but he really doesn't have a lot of timber on his property.
Well, he does if you want to cut down the oak trees.
Yeah, if he wants to cut down his big mature oaks. But if he really wants to do some projects, he can come and he can cut up that pile of wood and load it on a trailer and bring it to his house free of charge. I'll even help him get it on there, because I have plenty of lumber. And
yeah, Laura, you can keep that snow.
Oh, Lori's getting snow
cold
already?
Up here in Canada. We got snow last night.
Oh, yeah, you can have that.
You can keep it.
So, you know who you are, my buddy. You are more than welcome to come get that wood, because frankly, I have too much wood. Yeah. And I probably will not get to that before next year, and I don't know if it'll be viable next year if it's not milled. So if you're interested in some lumber, reach out to me. You can have that lumber free of charge.
All right. Jamie at Three Little Goats says she starts her house next spring. I think we knew that.
Yes, we do, and I'm super happy for you.
I know, that's exciting.
But you do have a house that you are living in now.
Yes.
We are living in a camper. Little bit different. I mean, it's our home. It's totally our home. We've lived in this camper for years now in the summertime, and I'm happy in the camper. I would live year round in the camper, but the camper is not weather ready when it comes to winter. It's not cost effective to heat it. It's too drafty. It's just an old camper. And I want a house. I want to build, guys, I want to be able to say, I built our house. You see movies, you hear the stories of the old timers. My grandfather built this house with his own 2 hands. Well, I got grandboys now and soon to be granddaughters. I want them to maybe come here and say, see that house? My grandfather built that house with his own 2 hands and milled the wood from his sawmill, and I'm going to live in that house now.
Better hurry, Eric. It's going to be cold soon.
Oh,
That's what Jan says.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So, building with Keith. Hope to have our house done next spring. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you
Yay.
what, guys. I was watching Building with Keith the other night, and he was putting some cedar shingles.
I know. That was really cool.
And they looked pretty nice, let me tell you.
Good.
That was impressive. I was very, very impressed with that. So I'm not doing something like that, but it did inspire me to say, no, don't just do board and batten for the house, because it's the easier thing to mill and it's pretty easy to slap on. Go ahead and do clapboard. I can mill clapboard on my mill, so I think I'm probably going to do a clapboard siding on my house as well. So, well, security lights on the chickens.
All right.
Doesn't mean anything. The hens are going to bed. They got to walk by that light. So that's where we're at with the house build. That being said, I will let you know that my mill is just sitting on pavers now. And before I start milling for the house, I have to mill up some 6x6s and get my mill up on 6x6s.
Yeah.
And screwed to it and socked down tight, because I am noticing some discrepancies in my lumber that I don't want to have when I'm milling up for the house.
Yeah.
So that has to be addressed before we start milling for the house. So as soon as we get this done, I'm going to bang out some 6x6s. Hopefully I have a buddy who can come over and help me set them up. It shouldn't take long. My track is already built. Just got to roll the head off, move the frame over, put the 6x6s down, put the frame up on it, screw it down, level and check it, put the head back on it. We should be good to go.
It shouldn't be too much.
It shouldn't be. I doubt it'd take much more than half a day.
Pam B wants to know, what is your goal to be in your house?
Goal to be in the house. Okay. So the goal, that's a hefty goal. So our goal right now is to have the house dried in. That is built with a roof on, clapboard side, sheathing on the outside, vapor barrier, windows and doors. No electric, no plumbing, no heating system in it. Dried in by the end of February, beginning week of March. If I can do that, then we could be moved into the house by June or July. So what ends up happening here on the homestead is, come the end of February, Missy will have to skip away from the house build. She'll have to go into the greenhouses and start all our starter plants. She'll be going into her farm stand building, which will be insulated at that point, and have heat. So she can get vegetables and flowers and all that started, because we make all our money from the farm stand from the farm. So that has to take priority. And then once that is done, we need to jump on the garden, because without the garden, there's no income here on the farm.
All right. So White Rock says, and it must be Jason, because it says, of course you got help, buddy. All right. And then
we'll talk about it soon. There's no rush right now. Get the lumber
milled, and we'll be there to get it all framed.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably not going to get to milling those 6x6s till it's going to be next week before I even get them milled up. So
Yeah.
Got a bunch of things going on. I got things I got to get taken care of. So,
Kodu says the new structure looks great.
oh, thank
We're all
you.
happy for you guys. I'm not sure if they're talking to us or building with Keith.
Oh, well, they might be.
They're just trying to follow along here while they were talking.
So, yeah, that's where we're at with that. I would like to be living and sleeping in my house by June. June would be nice.
So
June would be nice.
So they say we're both on laughing out loud. Jason's done working.
Yeah, June for living in the house. So we can, if we can get the house dried in by the end of February, it's going to take March to do electric, plumbing, and heating, and insulating, and then as long as I have my vapor barrier on the outside, and I have all that done, I can do my interior siding, my wall siding, and then we can move into the house and do the clapboard siding afterwards. But I am not going to move into the house while I'm building the interior of the house. The interior of the house needs to be built before we can move into it. I've done that. We had rental property that we tried living in and fixing. We had our house. We had tenants that we had to get rid of because we needed to do remodels. You cannot do that while you're living. It's hard enough moving tools and equipment and supplies around. Never mind moving beds and couches and keeping stuff clean. We have the camper. We're fortunate enough that we have warm accommodations for this winter.
We do.
We will not be wintering in the camper this year.
Well, we will for a month or so.
Yeah, we will probably for the month of February, but December and January, we are going to be watching some friends' house. They are going away for a couple of months. They asked us if we would watch their house.
Yep.
We're not going to disclose where that house is or who that is for sake of their privacy. But there was a very kind offer that they made us. So we are going to go house sit for them, take care of their chickens, take care of their property. And it's a real house with real heat and real hot water.
Yeah, so it'll be nice.
That would be nice.
So let's back up here because way up there is somewhere says Joy G wants to know if we did rabbit updates. We did do rabbit updates.
We did do rabbit updates.
And we have not had any success, Joy. No bunnies.
No bunnies. Looking for new bunnies. That's the
update. Building with Keith says, holler if y'all need some help.
Help!
Joy G. Also, did you say granddaughters? They are both having girls. Yes.
Yes.
Both of our daughters are having girls this time.
Yes.
So we have 3 grandsons and now we'll have 2 granddaughters.
Yes.
Hopefully they didn't mess that up. But
yes.
We're expecting 2 granddaughters.
Expecting 2 granddaughters.
Both in the month of February.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay!
So
the daughters are in sync. Rabbits are in sync. Daughters are right in sync.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Who else did I miss? Just a bunch of funny stuff. You guys are hilarious.
Oh boy. Well, so that yes,
Georgie says Jason let you work. Tara let you quit for the night.
I don't know. He's got a nice new toy, guys. You are going to have to go check out White Rock Homestead because they got a pretty cool toy. They gave us a sneak peek, but we were told not to spill the beans, so I won't spill the beans.
We're not. If anybody does, it would be you. Okay.
Hey, what kind of thing is that to say?
Because sometimes you can't keep a secret.
Sometimes I can never keep a secret.
All right, then. So what do you mean?
I mean, you're not supposed to tell them. That's what I mean.
So everyone's saying congratulations. That's so awesome.
It is awesome.
It's being dark helped. What? It being dark helped. Helped what?
It's being dark helped. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
It being dark helped for getting him back into the camper from being out playing with his toy.
Okay. All right.
It being dark
Cold
helped.
Snacks. Gotcha. All right.
Simply
Hi,
Jan,
Susie
Eric's
Jacobson.
lips. Yes.
Thanks for coming in tonight.
Oh, hey, Susie.
All right. So
being dark helps and not having to work anymore. You see?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that's where we're at with that. Yes, no rabbits, no bunnies.
Well, I got it after the cold snacks.
The cold snacks, yes.
Thanks for the help.
Oh, no problem. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Do you guys have any questions for us? I know you've been very big on the questions today, and we've got another 10 minutes or so. You guys want to see Bailey? Bailey was over here before. Bailey, come here, buddy.
No, Bailey's probably laying on our bed.
He probably is, and he shouldn't be there anyway. Bailey, come say hi to the nice folks. Come here.
With only a few markets left, I'm trying to get a lot of my canning processed. I still got a bunch of tomatoes.
We got 3 bushels of apples, guys. We're going to process this week.
We're going to be doing apples. Yeah. Apple everything.
Yeah, I mean, one of these days will be a washout day. Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday will be a washout day.
I know, so...
And if there's a washout day, we will just sit in here and process apples.
Yeah.
Until there's no more apples.
Yeah. So, how are the dogs? Patty wants to know.
Oh, come on. Patty wants to see you. Come here, Bailey. Bailey, come here. Come on, Bailey.
So,
come here. Come say hi to the people.
Says, I told you he was on our bed. How does your sawmill cut up hardwood trees? We really haven't done any hardwood trees.
I haven't done...
Because we don't want to cut our trees down. You can't...
Well, and he blocks it, and it makes everything black and white.
I know.
Say hi to the people, Bailey. Say hi.
But now you have to lay
down. Now you're in the way. Come on, get down.
All right.
No, I haven't cut up any hardwoods. We only have a few oaks here on our property, and I'm not inclined to cut them down right now because when we had the property cleared, they stacked all that loblolly pine, all that southern yellow pine.
Yeah.
And I have 10,000, 20,000 board feet of pine stacked up waiting for the mill. So the mill will cut hardwood. It will cut hardwood just fine. No problem at all. I know. I called you out there. Come up here with me. Come here. Come here, Bailey. Bailey, come here.
It's mostly Bailey that's a good bed warmer.
Lay down.
Bailey's always on our bed. He's forever on
Bailey always wants to be on our bed. He's not really allowed on our bed.
Well, yeah, he's allowed everywhere else but on our bed, and that's where he chooses to lay.
Yeah. Oh. I know.
All right.
I know, buddy. You're
so,
buddy.
I know I missed this last time, and I was waiting, T. McD. I did not forget. Yes, we did grow sunflowers, and I did sell them at the market, but it's not really what people were looking for. People are looking for hanging baskets. A lot of people don't do a lot of in-ground flowers here.
No, they don't. And
there are some.
Yeah.
But not a lot.
And then the vegetable starts, by the time we got them going this spring and were able to bring them to market, they were a little bit late. We'll try that again this year.
But the season was also late, too. A lot of people didn't plant because it was so rainy.
Yeah. It's
a very wet spring.
It was a very, very wet spring. So, and I think a lot of people do hobby gardens.
Yeah.
So the problem with this part of Arkansas, we don't have that problem right here where we are, but it's very rocky and there is a lot of shale. So unless you are in the ideal location, which we luckily are, you don't have ground that you can just go out and till up and plant a garden. Nothing will grow in it. So to have a garden for most folks around here, you're doing a raised bed situation, which you've got to either buy or build beds.
Yeah.
And there's no real place to source soil around here. The closest place that you can get a truckload of soil is like Jonesboro or maybe West Plains. And by the time you truck that all the way out here, it costs so much that it's not worth doing. You're better off just going to Home Depot and buying a pallet full of the bag mulch. So there's a lot of upfront costs to gardening around here that you don't get in other areas where, you've got a pasture. Okay, let's put a garden out there. You don't have that here. So people don't garden that way. They more like have pots with, I want cucumbers this year.
They do a lot of raised beds and growing in pots.
They'll take lick tubs, which are, if you got a lick tub business, you're doing real good around here because everyone's got cattle. Everyone's got lick tubs. You want cucumbers, you throw 5 or 6 lick tubs out. You plant cucumbers in them. You throw them on the sunny side of the house.
Now from Three Little Goats, she's got a local dirt guy.
Oh, well,
but we weren't looking.
I didn't know that.
We weren't looking before because we don't have raised beds yet.
No,
we will.
But we will.
Because we're going to do a combination.
But most people, that is what I have heard, that they do not garden because there's too much effort into getting a garden going unless you're passionate about gardening. If you're passionate about gardening and you're into growing your own food, that's a different story. If you're just mom and pop and you want to have, 10 tomato plants and 15 cucumber plants and some squash and zucchini so you can feed the family through the summer and have fresh vegetables, well, then it's a big expense. It's a big hassle. It's a lot of upkeep. So when you can go to Walmart for, $1.50 a pound and get Guatemalan tomatoes that have been in a truck for 10 days.
Yeah. So T. McD says peonies are easy to care for, the market flowers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that could be. I don't think I grew any of those.
No. Black walnut is hard to grow. There's a pine that will thrive in that soil.
Yeah, but that's a
future
comment.
Christmas trees.
That's a comment
to somebody else. Yeah. I mean, our pines do well here, but our soil in this part of our county is really fertile. I have a sinking suspicion that a couple thousand years ago, this was probably some kind of runoff or riverbed from like the last ice age or something like that, because we originally looked at property on the other side of the county and it was all rock, guys. You couldn't find a crumb of dirt between a rock. It was all rock.
This property has a lot of good soil.
Soil in it. So it is what it is. It needed
to be amended.
Look at this dog.
Yes, there was a lot of rocks, but yeah. Yep, building with Keith. Too many dang rocks around here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is the part of the country that we live in, and this is what you have to deal with. So, adapt and overcome. I mean, that's all you can do, You figure a way around it. You got an itch, Bailey, that you can't scratch? You should see this dog. He's all contorted. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we got less than a minute left.
Know. Sometimes, Jan, you got to take down a pine so your apple trees will live.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to take down about 200 pines and plant a bunch of apple trees pretty quick here. All right, guys. Well, we are dwindling out of seconds now.
Have a good night, Patty.
Have a good night, everyone. And thank you all for coming and joining us. Remember, go check out that video tomorrow.
Yes, Cindy, that is true. We used our rocks to fill in the driveway.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And we'll have plenty more to come. All right.
Oh.
Yes, Building with Keith. Have a good night and a great week. Blessed evening. Keith and Mickey. Good night, guys. Good night, White Rock Homestead. Good night, Scott and Susan Spencer.
Good night, Jamie, the three little goats.
I know, I'm trying
Good night, Nicole. Love you. Talk soon.
Good night, Building with Keith and Mickey. Good night, T McD. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you next time.